Hello people of the earth and welcome back to QuickSaveTV. My name is Mike and this is League of Legends Tactics, a first episode in what hopefully will become a new series specifically designated to teach or discuss tactical situations in League of Legends. One of the most important parts of this game is being able to make correct tactical decisions on the spot in regards to objectives, in regards to positioning, the focus, the priorities, what is most important at the moment. We're going to see different combat situations and try to discuss why did they go so well or so bad for either side. I really hope you will enjoy it, but regardless of the fact, I'm eager for both your critique and feedback. Okay, so in this scenario, we have me as Vi, Morgana, and Skarner sitting in this bush over there. The entirety of the enemy team is all around generally bottom of the map, right? We have all 4 members here, an additional member here as Blitzcrank, right? 2 of our guys are actually off position, like they're really far away. Riven is at base and Vayne is dead. So let's go ahead and see what's happening here. I'm going to primarily analyze it from the blue team's position. So what happens is Morgana catches one of them off position, Twitch, right? Not only does Rengar doesn't jump in to save him, not only Shaco doesn't really care to save him, not only Blitzcrank doesn't do anything to save him. It just feels really weird to me. They let their AD carry be off position and severely exposed. Being pretty much left off position like this, he just tries to use his ambush, right? His ability to go in stealth. And so what happens here is the Skarner pulls in Blitzcrank and we just liquidate him without him causing too much of an issue. Our Morgana uses the ulti, forcing the Gragas to flash the hell away out of there. The Shaco is trying to kill somebody here, right? And Rengar is trying to run the hell away from there. Only Twitch is pretty much in position to deal damage. Everything else is seeming to crumble to dust for them. What's happening is then Shaco is trying to focus on Morgana and ends up trying to kill her, right? Rengar picks up the kill. Twitch kills me there. But all of them are at very low health right now. Because of this unconfident, encounters, this very choke area in which abilities of Morgana work incredibly effective, it's very weird. What ends up happening is Skarner ends up cleaning it all up, except for killing Gragas. But by that moment, Vayne is actually reaching the position and start to deal damage. Gragas tries desperately to run away, but it's not gonna happen. So, in other words, right, if we pull back a little bit further, why did this happen, right? We were in roughly equal situation, right? We weren't leading them severely or whatever, right? They had a very good opportunity to kill us. And plus, there were 5 of them there, not 3 of us, 2 of us are not even in position. What they should have done is, of course, never let Twitch to get exposed so severely, because it was, it started to show immediately, because he was caught off position like this. And the Blitzcrank and Rengar, they are really healthy. They could go in combat and just try to do something, try to deal with our bruisers, And then Shaco and Twitch would try to deal damage to the critical targets, right? Try to kill Morgana first, then try to kill Skarner or me, whomever is less healthy by that point. But what ends up happening is, look at this. Blitzcrank is picked off, and none of them gives a rat's ass. This is horrendous, right? One of the team members is picked off, and while we're pummeling him to dust, just grinding him into dust, what should have been happening is Twitch should have been fighting all this time, and Rengar could have dealt a lot of damage to Morgana because she's exposed, and Shaco also could do a lot of stuff. So they turned around and tried to do that. That's exactly what they end up doing. But me and Skarner would just dive in to try to save Morgana. Eventually we leave her alone, unfortunately. But we're just trying to keep the Twitch away, because the Twitch was the most fed person by that moment in time in a game. So we're trying to take care of this. So, in other words, the very reason this battle went so horrendously for them, although it was 5 against 3, is because of, the tactical decisions during this battle. That could have been a lot more better for the enemy blue team. In this scenario, we have Riven as a support of Vayne. Don't ask how, it just happened. Right? We have Vayne against Blitzcrank and Twitch in this circumstance. Generally, at the bottom lane as an AD carry, when you're playing against Thresh or Blitzcrank, you should always expect the enemy to be in the forward bush, right? If you are on the purple team, the enemy will be in about this bush. If you are on the blue team, the enemy will try to be in this bush. These bushes are critical because if you can pull the enemy towards yourself, you can secure yourself an easy kill, or is in this circumstance, she burned the flash, right? It's very important to try to prevent these situations because, generally speaking, Blitzcrank is only effective if you let him pull you, okay? So, the step in order to prevent it is not to get in such situation, just stay between your minions or move around all the time, or just constantly expect the pull and keep your fingers on the Q, just to tumble away from his pull. In this scenario, we're going to have Morgana being dived on by the Clown, the Shaco, and the Gragas, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a horrible jungler. At this moment in time, I'm right here, trying to get the wolves. I saw the Wraths. I soon realized that I should move on and just try to help the Morgana. Morgana is doing an immensely powerful job at trying just to, just to try to pin them to this place and try to escape them. Gragas actually assists her in escaping, and I try to move in to help Morgana just survive, Unfortunately, I missed the Q. That shouldn't have happened because Gragas would have died a lot faster this way. Shaco decides to retreat. I just keep myself as a body shield here, trying to secure the Morgana's escape. In this scenario, I'm going to face check if they actually took the dragon or not. Seeing a lot of them, I realize that they're trying to kill me. There's not much I can actually do, so I just try to stall some time for my teammates to get in position. I die, I end up killing a Blitzcrank. It doesn't really make any difference, but then what you see is they have 4 of their team members not in their best shape, especially not Rengar, and we have our people closing in on them. Except for the Skarner, of course, because he's a smartass, but it's irrelevant to the point. What happens then is we're going to slow it down a little bit. Morgana flashes in through the wall, ignoring the blue buff. Good reaction from her because she's seen an opportunity. And she uses her ulti right away, forcing 3 of their members being pinned down. The Rengar will actually die just from the blast, doesn't even need to keep him in the position. Enemy Shaco is he's getting a little bit over-eager and trying to kill our Vayne. But what's going to end up happening, Riven will be really quick in cleaning this up, and then Morgana will be able to clean up these additional 2 members, resulting in essence in a 4-for-1 exchange. It could have been a lot better, but I just felt to show that, right? Because even a worst situation possible can be salvaged for your team, right? I died there like an idiot, killing only 1 member of the enemy team, but then our team, entirety of our team, just springs on them and just ends up killing all of them. What will end up happening is because of the chosen path by Gragas, he will end up dying, and it will result in a dragon and 1 member for them, and 5 kills for us. In this scenario, I see that the Blitzcrank is placing a ward next to the dragon. However, he doesn't actually have the vision of the dragon. I'm trying to exploit the capacity of her capacity to destroy the dragon at this particular level, and I'm trying to just go all the way around the enemy warding so that they don't actually suspect that. We already have a ward in here, so it's relatively safe for me, and I'm trying to kind of go risky and ward it in here so that I know if Shaco is potentially coming. By doing that, we have almost a complete securing of the area, which helps me to secure the dragon quite easily, and that's what ends up happening. I just take the dragon, and there is no competition, coming, no contestants from the enemy. Shaco doesn't even actually suspect that, because when the enemy has a ward in this region, right, they will not actually go ahead and check the dragon, visually, because a better ward position, since he already placed it so far away, would be here, right? But he probably didn't want it to go too much risky and go too close to me. But, it worked out quite fine, and I was able to take the dragon for the team. So what happens in this situation is Morgana is being dived upon by Gragas and Shaco. I try to intercept Shaco in order not to kill Morgana. She uses her ulti perfectly in this situation. Just fighting in these choke points worked very, very well for us. I'm just being a shield that I didn't suffer any damage, right? But I prevented them from either killing her, either doing any damage whatsoever, because we were able to secure both the kills there and, prevented the gank from happening. Okay, in this situation, we have primarily what's happening is, right, let me go in a little bit backstory. What happened is we pushed them back on the middle, nothing was happening, it was a Cold War action going on here, and what happens is we advance towards the dragon, because the dragon has respawned. The previous dragon was taken by the enemy team, making it even more important for us to pick up this dragon and not allow them to get any advantage whatsoever. The enemy team is working their way towards the dragon, an obvious decision, a very good decision, because they have a ward at the dragon and they know that we're really close by there. However, the Twitch and Rengar are severely off position. They're not even there, right? The priority right now, since there's no blue buff, since there's no red buff, effectively, there's only dragon, right? The only one objective, you have to fight for that. You cannot just abandon your team like this, especially after, all Cold War happening in here. So what ends up happening is Blitzcrank getting picked off really quickly. Morgana is advancing forward without having a fear of being caught by pretty much anything, because there's nothing to catch her. Skarner and Vayne decide to stay behind while we pick off the dragon. We're going to do it pretty quickly. What's ends up happening? Let's go ahead and observe what's happening here. Skarner catches Shaco immediately. Vayne does nothing. She should have started pummeling on here, but okay, whatever. The point is that we took the dragon, right? And because Rengar, again, wasn't in position to do any damage, there was again 3 against 2, and it didn't work quite as well for them. The Skarner's disabling ability allowed them to stall enough time for us to kill the dragon and to actually pick up the dragon after all. So it's just, you have to be very careful when the fight for objectives is happening, when you know that enemy may take the dragon. Generally speaking, at the late stages of the game, you know, unless there's Baron, you should expect that the enemy will go for dragon, because dragon gives a lot of money. Dragons or turrets, right? Since you're already in a position to defend your turrets, go ahead and try to secure the dragon anyway. And as a bonus, it's not a scenario, because there I fucked up severely, but I'm just trying to show off that even the worst situations can be scavenged if you, if you react accordingly. What happens here, let me just go ahead and pause it. We have Twitch in here, in position to deal a lot of damage. Morgana used her Zhonya's Hourglass in order to stay alive and uses the ulti. Gragas is trying to rapidly advance out of this ulti, and Riven is trying to chase Gragas down. Me, I'm just doing something retarded as always. I'm trying to kill the Blitzcrank without any purpose, right? Blitzcrank is absolutely useless at the enemy team right now, but I'm like, okay, he's low, I want to kill him. He's pissing me off. I completely ignore the situation over here as my team gets demolished. I kill Blitzcrank because it was totally worth it, don't ask why. What happens then is I'm trying to run the hell away from Twitch and Gragas because the Fat Man and the Red are going to totally demolish them if they want. So I turn around instantly with my Q once it's charged, pop the Twitch, and then our Skarner decides to actually save me. He jumps in and saves my life. And after that, the enemy team GG's. So anyway, it's stupid. Try not to do such things. It was really retarded from my side. I should have paid attention and assist our guys. Then we would have a lot less casualties, and we would be able to pick them up much more safely. Okay, and that's about it for this episode of LoL Tactics. I hope you had enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to put a like on this video and favorite it. Do not forget to post your comments and suggestions in the comments section below, and I would love to see you again on my channel. Have a greatest day, and bye bye.